Hey, this is Obelisk speaking, doing a One Piece chapter review. Today's chapter is 1033 and Shimotsuki Kuzubora. And the cover page is Smoker, and I guess the Shiga's playing a villain, and the Penguins are being the heroes. It's a request, so it's not a story. And we start off right where we left off with the battle, still continuing with Zoro, and Zoro getting Enma under wraps, or trying to control. And King is just King has just been dominant this whole fight. And King just stands and takes a stab. This is the first time Zoro's done a stab attack. I'm not sure if maybe he's done others, but then King just says jackpot and he self-destructs. He just blows up, which is weird. Then we go back to Zoro and Sanji for some reason, and I guess Queen is doing some exposition because all he's saying is that the Lunarians was a race that could survive any environment, and in the distant past they were known as gods. And then Sanji asks why'd they get wiped out, and go ask a history. And he's pretty obvious. Go ask the history book. And we go back to them, and Zoro's alluding to he blew up, but how is he still alive? And then Zoro does his most potentially his second strongest attack, I would say, Death Line Song. And I guess it's different now because it has the death in the front. Because at first it's Lying Song, and now it's Death Line Song. And he almost like phases through King. But King apparently took no damage. This attack seems to have cut him clean in half, but he took no damage. And he's not phased at all. He didn't like nothing. He like ate that attack. And he does that stretch stuff again with his face. But Enma begins to act up, and as a result Zoro gets a almost direct hit. But he gets hit. To the point his Zords get knocked off. And in the process of him recovering his sword, we start getting some flashbacks. I mean, Zoro's getting the power up, pretty much. So we start getting some flashbacks, and it's pretty much about his past. And Zoro starts to question why these blades were not in Wano. King goes in hybrid form and starts attacking again, and he's just dominating. He's just been dominating Zoro. And we go back to the Snatchu, and apparently the Snatchu, Zoro learned it from an old guy who would always be staring at the ocean. And it turns out that this old man was I guess Shikaburu, or the swords. He's a smithy, I guess, or swordsman. I don't know. And this is Zoro's. This is the first time we get Zoro's past, and he starts saying some obvious thing. He states that a sword's purpose is to kill, and it is a badge of honor for like a smith to create a sword that actually kills. But I guess this old dude eventually passed along, because then he realized that. So he's pretty much saying that the cursed swords are a sign of quality, and he's pretty much saying that each sword has like a mind of its own, and it has to be tamed. And he's saying that his magnum opus, or his greatest sword creation, was Enma, because Enma is the name of some sort of king of the underworld. So Enma is his magnum opus, which is not a black blade, but then also stated that it's the closest one to becoming a black blade. The blacksmith Shimotsuki Kuzubora. Yes, so he's a blacksmith and a samurai, I guess. So apparently he was related to Kuina's uncle or grandfather. And apparently the sword has chosen Zoro to test him out. So Zoro is getting power, and what Zoro does here is he releases all his haki and allude to Chaden, but Odin Chaden was something else. And Zoro releases his King Haki and infuses his three blades with King's Haki. This is a feat that's only been seen to be done by Kaido, Luffy, Big Mom, and Yamato, and now Zoro is capable of doing it. But it's clear that Zoro is not able to control it. This is him pretty much, it would appear, going all out. His eye still hasn't opened, so I wonder what's the deal with that. And King states something interesting here. So you intend to be a king? And then he states, yep, that's right. I got a promise to keep to my captain and my best friend. So I guess he's stating that Kuina is his best friend and Luffy's his captain. Because it's two separate things. And my best friend? Or I guess he's stating Luffy's also his best friend, his captain and his best friend. And I guess his friendship does run deep. So it could be that too. So what does this mean? I don't know what it means. Well, I do a little bit. For starters, we see that King is not really phased by him releasing King's Haki. He's not really like, he's not sweating or anything. He's just charging Zoro like normal. So is this going to be enough to defeat King? I don't think so, since King doesn't seem to be phased by this at all. So I don't think this is enough to defeat King. And on top of that, we still don't know what much. We do know that Lunarians are capable of adapting to any environment, which is strange, I guess. I don't know. We have to wait and see what Oda comes up with this Lunarian race. And the discoverer of this is going to be Zoro, I guess. So the fight is entering its final stages. That's what I would assume, yes. And I would assume that next chapter would be Sanji, probably. And Queen. Or something else. But other than that, it's a confirmation that Zoro can do King's Haki infused attacks. Not at will as Yamato can. So that puts Yamato in a different pedestal, I guess. And we also know that they're in the bottom parts of the floor. That means Yamato is bound to get there eventually with Fugi, with the number. We'll see what that goes to, or what type of storyline that's going to lead to. Is Yamato going to help Zoro? I don't know. So we're going to see where that goes. I'm really interested in Yamato meeting Zoro because of the guy in the cave, the two sword style swordsmen. But other than that, we get a flat, and I think this flashback, the reason it's not so intriguing is because we already known this. Oda did an SPS some time ago, and he answered all these questions, but now we're getting it in manga form, which is, I don't know if it's a waste, but then again, I guess Oda's establishing this for a reason. He's probably gonna do something else with this. So now we're getting it in manga form. So it does kind of feel like a waste. But King is still being dominant, so we're gonna see where this goes. We see Kuina's grandpa, he died. And we still need to know what this long nose with the Tengentopa, whatever his name is, what's his deal. So we're gonna see where this goes. It's a okay chapter, not gonna lie. The impressive part is Zoro, King's Haki, infused, entering potentially the final stages of his battle. And we'll see where that goes. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching and peace out. Peace.